This video is a product buyer's guide intended for gift givers and adult collectors. Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Sang.
Monster High. Yes, the second reboot and third generation overall of Monster High is officially upon us. And today, we're ready to begin our coverage of the brand new signature playline dolls for 2022. Kicking off today with three characters: Frankie Stein, Clawdeen Wolf, and Cleo De Nile. At this time of recording, we have an additional three dolls on hand and ready to film as well. In part 2 of our Monster High Gen 3 coverage, which will be a separate video, we'll be reviewing Draculaura, Laguna Blue, and Toralei. As always, we'll share every detail you need to know about these hotly anticipated new dolls, including comparisons to their past sculpts, when and where to buy them, and the honest adult collector perspective of the whole package. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you're among the first to know when the next review goes live. The live-action Monster High movie is rapidly approaching as well, slated to premiere via Nickelodeon and Paramount Plus on October 6th. We already discussed our first impressions of the live-action cast in a prior podcast episode, which will be linked below if you missed it. We'll definitely be tuning in to check it out, so let us know if you guys want a full movie review as well. Yes, we're aware the full movie already leaked online, but we have yet to see it. A lot has happened since our last Monster High discussion video, including a series of adult collector-focused releases like the Haunt Couture collection, even more Sculptor dolls, the Boo Original Cree Productions, and Comic-Con exclusive Voltageous Frankie, all of which were incredibly popular and in most cases experienced rapid sellouts. If you guys would like our hot takes of these other releases that remain more faithful to the Gen 1 sculpts and design aesthetics, let us know. Today, however, is all about the G3 Playline reboot. I can't believe we're finally heading into a new era of Monster High product on mainstream retail shelves again. Fun fact, did you know our last Playline Monster High review was published nearly 5 years ago in 2018? I hate to admit that, I feel like a lot of the magic of Monster High and its initial appeal is just kind of gone for me. That was where my last thought on the Gen 2 reboot left off, but let's see if the Ghouls got their groove back in 2022. All right, I'm super excited to have this conversation with you guys, so let's begin.
The Gen 3 Monster High dolls first began appearing at Canadian retailers like Toy Tales Cambridge a month or so ago, although some were eventually reported as getting removed from the shelves due to street day conflictions. We ordered ours through a seller on eBay, although the first wave of Gen 3 is expected to be widely available in the United States by October. We'll display the UPC and Target DPCI numbers of today's three characters on screen here, so you'll be ready when the hunt is on. We were able to confirm via Target system that these dolls will be priced at $24.99 each, and are in fact street dated for October 1st. Walmart does not tend to use or honor street dates, however, so we expect these will pop up there ahead of time. We managed to snag ours at a fairly reasonable markup, but inflated prices of these dolls have only gotten much more insane with time. So hang in there, Ghouls. There have already been some whispers of certain characters being spotted stateside, so you shouldn't have to wait much longer. We managed to find Toralei at a US Walmart ourselves, as have many others, so American fans can already begin their hunting. Alright, now of course, with a brand new reboot comes brand new packaging. The new boxes are in a tiered trapezoid shape, a bit similar to Barbie Extra. This is a plastic dome tearaway packaging that we've seen a lot in Gen 2 as well. Each doll is seen clearly in their window display with a multicolor gradient backdrop that differs slightly across each character. Their full set of accessories as well as additional fashion pieces are on display off to the right, and the new style of Monster High artwork is seen of the Ghouls at the bottom left, along with the character's name in bubble font. There's a lot of new things here, but the Monster High logo remains warmly familiar. It's written in iridescent lettering off to the front left. This section actually protrudes from the backdrop. We can see graffiti-style artwork patterning on the left side of the box, and another graphic of the iridescent Monster High logo on the right side. The back of the Monster High boxes are traditionally known for detailed character descriptions, although it has been a bit simplified for Gen 3. We can see full-body artwork of each characters with their ghoul friends in the background, and only 3 character traits total, in multiple languages: Monster Type, Monster Must-Haves, and Monster Pet. There are some interesting differences from prior generations, such as Clawdeen being half human, and Frankie listed as a Voltageous Frankenmonster. There is no reference to the character's classic monster parents on the boxes. This new artwork is quite different from prior generations, and got a mixed response from fans. It's styled similar to cartoonier marketing graphics from the 90s and early 2000s. We're curious what you guys think of it. Alright, it's finally time. Let's get up close and personal with the new ghouls.
Up first, we have the always voltageous Frankie Stein. Following the live-action movie trailers, we've learned that Frankie is now a non-binary character and uses they-them pronouns. In real life, the character is played by non-binary actor Cece Balagot, who uses he-they pronouns. Although nothing of this nature is specified on the Dolls box, I'll be respecting the pronouns established in the movie. So let's take a look at Frankie's new face. This is actually one of the Gen 3 screenings that I think shares a somewhat similar vibe to Gen 1. Frankie has somewhat narrower eyes and a gentle, neutral expression. There's a metallic silver faux piercing printed over one eyebrow. Up close, you'll notice a lot of detail in Frankie's brow hairs. One thing that hasn't changed are Frankie's unique eye colors. One blue, one green. They have bright yellow eyeshadow and a smokier gray and lavender respectively over the upper and lower corners. Frankie still has their classic cheek stitching and wears lipstick in peachy pink. We'll take a closer look at generational sculpt differences later in the video, so stay tuned for that. Frankie has always been known to have ultra soft saran hair, and that remains true through G3. Their hair is mostly pure white with the black highlights we came to know and love, but there's also one additional streak of deep teal. The hair is styled pretty much straight with almost no product and 2 small sections tied off each side. Frankie wears lightning bolt shaped hair clips in teal and hot pink, respectively. Their earrings are quite cute, shaped like jagged lightning bolts in neon yellow. And yes, these are removable. How adorable is Frankie's signature outfit? It starts with a black sweater vest with pink and blue lined print and white stitch patterning. You may notice a recurring motif on Frankie using colors of the trans pride flag. And yes, I'm happy to report the vest is its own piece. Removing it, we can see a really cute white puffed sleeve top with a printed pattern of blue and white lightning bolts. Frankie also wears a sculpted waist chain that writes out their name and has additional sculpts of what look like a padlock, a safety pin, and a lightning bolt. It's removable using a snap-on piece at the back. And next, we have the pièce de résistance of this entire ensemble, Frankie's incredibly adorable Gen 3 skirt. Seriously, you guys, I'm obsessed with this fashion piece. It's so colorful and eye-catching. The layered skirt has a detailed plaid pattern in pink and blue with added lines that resemble yellow lightning bolts. There's also a sketch-style blackline graphic interweaved. Another big change to Frankie is their all-new metal leg. Well, faux metal anyway. These doll parts are still plastic. Over the metal leg, we can see a series of inscriptions, including a patchwork heart, Frankie's name, light bulb, and lightning bolts. The articulation is identical to the other doll's limbs, but that's also something we'll discuss more later. Frankie's shoes are pink platform sneakers with sculpted black laces and neon lightning bolts sculpted at each side. The white soles have lightning bolts on them. As an additional fashion piece, Frankie also has a soft fabric jersey jacket in two-tone white and black. The MH logo is printed on one side, and there are pink lightning bolts printed on the opposing side and left sleeve. It's trimmed in teal fabric, and the classic Monster High skelette is printed over the back. The interior is not lined. Every G3 signature doll also comes with a variety of accessories to play with. Frankie has a translucent blue backpack shaped like a lightning bolt. There's a dangling pink faux chain attachment and printed stitching with skelette on the front. There's a small opening on top, but I'm not sure I'd put anything in there. It seems like it would be really tough to get back out. Frankie also has a lightning bolt-shaped slice of pizza with a loop for holding. Because this is Monster High, the toppings include spiders. Here we have two small photographs that each reference previous Monster High locales and movies, Boo York and Scaris. These are a bit pixelated but very detailed. You can fit them inside what looks to be a pink Cyclops-styled camera bag. Here we have a cute pair of jagged bolt-shaped shades, which, fun fact, are actually a reprint from Gen 1 Gloom Beach Frankie. Here we have Frankie's cute blue eye coffin, or are they still called eye coffins? I don't know. But we can see the apps they've been using. It's blue and has a cute heart and bolt design on the back. Gen 3 dolls do come with pet companions, but they aren't quite the same as their Gen 1 counterparts. Frankie's puppy is now named Whatsy rather than Whatsit, and has a pink bandana and blue bolt pieces protruding from each shoulder. These pets are unarticulated solid piece minifigures.
Next up, we have Clawdeen Wolf. Clawdeen this time around has large warm brown eyes. There are streaks of yellow surrounding her diamond-shaped iris. Her eyeshadow starts with a robin egg blue hue at the eyelid, followed by a layer of magenta, and the outer layer is a light purple. The lower lid is painted a light brown. Her nose, or snout, is painted a dark brown. Her lips are a red cinnamon brown that has a pearlescent sheen to it. Two canine fangs are painted on. Small freckles are dusted across her cheeks and nose. It's really cute. Her hair is mainly a light pinkish brown, like a rosy ash color. There are streaks of magenta in her hair, some are seen from the back, and predominantly in the large curl in the front. Dark brown hair is located on the underside of her hair. She has painted baby hairs along her forehead and sides. Clawdeen ties her front section up in a small bun, minus a large curl. The rest of the hair cascades down her backside and reaches past her knees. There's a bit of a wavy curl to her hair, but honestly, the hair is so rough that's hard to maintain. Maybe this fits with her wild werewolf aesthetics. Regardless, we hope that Mattel changes its material used for future Clawdeens, as this one does not look good or feels great. Clawdeen's ears are above her head. A black studded ring is on her right ear, and the left ear has a row of piercings, 2 crescent moons, and a full moon. This is all one piece. On each side of her jaw are protruding sculpted fur. Clawdeen wears a super cute and fun outfit. She has on a soft purple pair of overalls with a leopard print pattern. There is black stitching along the edges and outline pockets and other faux openings. The leg openings are distress. There's a large moon cycle graphic on the front of the overalls. She wears a large gold star choker and crescent moon necklace around her neck. There's a teal circle at the center of the necklace piece. Her statement belt has large gold circles that have alternating full and crescent moons. A small chain loops on one side and dangles down. There's a paw print on the chain and the end has a moon charm on it. Underneath the overalls is a black long sleeve shirt. It has a little crescent and full moons and a paw print pattern on it. She wears black leg warmers, although at first glance they do look like baggy socks. Her sneakers are a bright purple with gold painted details on the shoestrings and moons on the straps. The outsoles reminds us of monster teeth. There are gold fangs protruding out from under. The soles have large paw prints engraved in them. But of course, that is not all. Among her additional accessories is a large sleeveless faux fur coat. The coat is two-toned with bright purple and black. It's pretty fancy with the inside lined in purple. Also included is a large black handbag with a purple crescent moon and gold claw marks, and a gold dangling chain charm. The bag is made of a soft rubbery plastic, so the opening is easy to open and store her other accessories. Here is a bag of Howl Puff potato chips. The image here is pretty pixelated, but we can make out a fun graphic in the front, and a description and nutritional facts on the back. A small blue container is included. It looks like a retainer case with a row of white teeth along the edge. Her cell phone has a werewolf head and claws on the top front. The back features a leopard print design and claw marks. Check out her comb, though we wouldn't recommend using it to brush her actual hair. Gold-colored bookish glasses can be worn by Clawdeen. There's a bit of design on the rim and hinges. Finally, Crescent makes a return from the original series. Like the other pets, Crescent has a much more chibi, cute, animated appearance here. Her large yellow eyes has stars in them. She sports a big spot on her eye in the shape of a crescent moon. She also wears a crescent moon necklace.
And now, last but not least, we have Miss Cleo De Nile. Her redesign gives her larger eyes and makeup that pay homage to her Egyptian roots. Her eyeliner is pretty intricate with lines that resemble the Eye of Ra. Her eyeshadow consists of yellow at the inner crease that transitions to a cool gray. There's a layer of clear pearlescent sheen over her top eyeshadow. The lower lid has blue eyeshadow near the water duct, followed by yellow. Her lips are a rich red with a line of gold painted down the bottom lip. Her straight hair is mainly a dark blue that almost appears black. There are cerulean blue highlights along with gold tinsel. Yes, she still has the tinsel. Fun fact, it is considered that the first synthetic pigment was blue, calcium copper silicate, or known as Egyptian blue. Her hair is about calf length. A portion of her hair is tied up on her left side. She wears a gold headband with an Egyptian sunshade piece. She also has triangular earrings, and check out those ears. They're quite large and almost make her look a bit elven. While Cleo's outfit here does not match her look on the box art, it is still pretty eye-catching. Her dress has a very interesting hieroglyphic design with metallic gold diamond accents. The left side has a large panel of cerulean blue. There are panels of gold tinsel running down the front, collar, and hemline. Her long sleeves have a mummy wrapping pattern. Her gold belt has a textured design with 2 loops of beaded strands. There is the Eye of Ra in the center. She wears a large collar necklace with painted jewels and a scarab beetle. So we were initially really concerned about having to remove the plastic bands here in order to remove the neck piece so we could show you guys the top of her dress or change her clothes, but thankfully you can feel free to remove it. It actually snaps back on very well on its own without the plastic band. Her shoes are cream-colored boots. You can make out a mummy wrapping pattern on these. There are gold accents along the front and top. The toe caps are painted blue and a deep orange. The heel is modeled after an Egyptian crozier staff. On the bottom of the sole, you can see another Egyptian-inspired symbol engraved. Cleo can also wear a tan jacket with a mummy pattern. There are long daffodil yellow ribbon fringe on the sleeves and lapel. This look reminds us of a cowboy fringe jacket. And be forewarned, it is really tight and difficult to get this on over her long-sleeved dress. Check out her gorgeous pyramid-shaped backpack. There are a trio of scarab beetles on the front side. Each side is decorated with a wrapping pattern. The handle is shaped like a pair of wings. It indeed opens up and is quite spacious inside. And of course, Cleo looks great wearing it. She can also stay cool with her Anubis-inspired thermos that actually opens up. Anubis also makes an appearance on her cell phone case. You can take a peek at all the apps she has on her home screen. Her teal makeup compact also opens up, although it's really hard to open, and features 3 eyeshadow palettes for her to choose from. Her shawarma wrap, at least we're pretty certain that's what this is, looks quite delicious with lettuce, tomatoes, and meat inside. Cleo can complete her look with a pair of clear yellow sunglasses. The mummy motif continues on the sunglasses, and this is actually once again a Gloom Beach reprint. And finally, we have Tut, her pet companion. Tut clearly has references to Anubis and could be a chihuahua, perhaps. He's one of the most striking pet figures in a metallic blue finish with yellow accents.
So for anyone wondering whether these dolls come with display stands, the answer sadly is no. We notice that, however, these 3 characters are stable enough and have flat enough shoes to stand quite well on their own. Because these body sculpts are a bit thicker than the older Monster High dolls, but still slimmer than the Gen 1 boys, none of the stands we have handy were a perfect fit. The Gen 1 girl stands are extremely snug fit, or won't fit at all around some characters and clothing. And the Gen 1 boy stands are a bit too loose, though they can get the job done if you position them carefully. Speaking of the sculpts, let's take a look at what changed on the Gen 3 bodies. The Gen 3 dolls have more articulation points than their previous counterparts. There's great posability at the head, shoulders, elbows, wrists, thighs, and knees. But as a great upgrade, Gen 3 dolls have a bust joint as well. This adds a huge range of movement options.
Okay, so let's see how the Gen 1 faces and body sculpts compare side by side with Gen 3. We do want to disclose that the quote Gen 1 dolls we have here are from the original Ghouls 6-pack Mattel released in 2015, so there are some differences in the screening of some of the dolls. And some of the clothing seen here is actual Gen 1 from the original 2010 releases, which I bought on eBay and swapped onto the original Ghouls re-release. But anyway, the purpose here is to give you all an idea of how Gen 3 stacks up to previous molds. As we can see with the dolls undressed, the Gen 1 body sculpts were much more slender in comparison to Gen 3, especially at the midsection and thighs. There are differences by character as well. Cleo has slightly thicker thighs than some of the other characters. Personally, I'm a little bummed they brought back her sculpted wraps. I wasn't a big fan of those in Gen 2. Because of these size differences, the dolls can share many clothes, but the results will vary by piece and body shape. We unfortunately weren't able to make any direct comparisons to Gen 2 because our Gen 2 dolls are all in storage, but we'll provide a few photos for observation. So, what do you guys think of how these new bodies and faces measure up? Let us know in the comments. In addition to the 3 ghouls we'll be reviewing in the next video, we already know there's a lot more Monster High to come. Like, a lot more. Including a Deuce Gorgon doll that sold for some ridiculous price on eBay, and you may have already seen our YouTube short and TikTok of the Ghoul Spirit 6-pack, which is available now via walmart.com. What I'm hoping is that we get a good look at Miss Ghoulia Yelps doll in the near future, because her design was recently revealed in some Monster High music videos that dropped, and it looks super cute. I'm a really big fan, and I want to see what she looks like in doll form. So from here, let's jump into our final thoughts on Monster High Gen 3, Frankie, Clawdeen, and Cleo.
Monster High is back, but is it worth your time? I know a lot of you guys already formulate your own opinions on this reboot even before clicking on this video. But hear me out. Monster High has always had a spot in my heart. It got me into toy photography and even helped launch this channel. So I'm pretty invested in Monster High and wish for their success. Did you know that Max and I were involved in ushering in Gen 2? I think it was one of the first PR opportunities we received. We even host giveaways of Frankie and Dracula on this channel. So I have warm memories of that reboot. I came into that era with an open mind, and I'll do the same with this generation. In my opinion, Mattel really laid the groundworks for a great potential doll line here. Gen 3 is a nice blend of what worked for Monster High in the past, while updating it to modern standards and collectors' interests. The OG Monster High body, I felt, was already excelling in the articulation department, but the new bust joint and diversity in body proportions adds even more value to the brand. I think the new faces is a good balance between the sleek, edgy look of the original and the cartoony, expressive faces of Gen 2. I know it's a hot take, but I really like Monika's smirking face. I think all Gen 3 faces are really expressive and appealing. I love the addition of side-glancing eyes. I think it adds so much more personality. Their clothes are pretty great as well. I think it's what I expect and hope for Monster High. Layers, fun prints and patterns, monster motifs mixed in with school and casual wear. I'm not a huge fan of some of the accessories and pets, but I understand it helps flesh out the universe and adds additional play. Okay, now for some negatives. Mattel has a great product here, but I think they need to work on the way these products are presented and packaged. The original Monster High packaging was iconic, really different from anything else on the toy shelf. Even later, when their packaging was more standardized, they brought in amazing artists to help their products pop. Here with Gen 3, I think they really missed the mark on how they package these new ghouls. The large clear plastic window display doesn't really showcase the dolls flatteringly. The dolls kind of just float there. Some of their competitors are doing some really cool, fun, and creative things with their packaging, and these boxes just blend in with other Mattel products. Seems like Mattel is fully invested in this reboot, and I think they're worth a look. There's a ton of Monster High products on its way. We're so excited and can't wait to see what they have in store for us fans. Let us know your thoughts on anything we talked about in this video, and we will be back real soon to reintroduce you guys to 3 more ghouls.
Oh, where to begin? I'll start by saying I understand there's a huge amount of passion and vigor behind these dolls and what they mean to the fandom, whether that be positive or negative. Some of you may already be very firm in the mindset that nothing will ever replace Gen 1 Monster High and everything that followed has been a pale imitation. Others may be exasperated with the negativity following this brand's reboots and just want to enjoy a nostalgic favorite again. Your feelings are valid either way, and it's okay if we disagree. So here's where I stand. Speaking as someone who was absolutely not on board with the Gen 2 reboot overall, the bubbly, cutesier changes were just as disruptive to my collecting and perception of the brand as most everyone else. With Gen 3, I think Mattel has come very close to a happy medium that could please many people on both sides of the aisle. Both sides meaning nostalgic adult collectors and a new generation of kids meeting these ghouls for the first time. The latter of which, of course, will always be the toy industry's bread and butter. There's so much to say about this reboot's approach as a whole that it could merit a separate discussion video. Let us know if you want one. But focusing on these three characters specifically, honestly, I have to say I'm a fan, for the most part. Let's reel it in a little bit. Frankie was a quick favorite of mine. I think their skirt and cute puffy top are incredibly fashionable and give the type of design sensibility I really want to see from this brand in 2022. I'm personally also loving the changes to the character. Given Frankie's background and monster scaritage, it feels like a very natural progression of the character to now use non-binary pronouns or sport a metal limb. Clawdeen is my least favorite of this trio, which is a bummer because I actually had pretty positive first impressions of how she looked in that initial leaked image. To me, she has the cartooniest screening of the bunch, I would actually say even more so than Gen 2, and her hair quality is concerning. That being said, I want the full wolf pack back. Where are Claude and Howleen at? Cleo is really striking, and this feels like a fresh spin on the character while still having enough familiarity for older fans to instantly recognize her. She has a really unique glossiness to her eyes that can photograph oddly at certain angles, but overall I like the dreamy, cool aesthetic it gives off. Something I can say about all of these dolls is that unlike some other Mattel products out there, these accessories don't feel like afterthoughts. They're surprisingly detailed and feel designed for display and play, lovingly catered to character. The swappable additional fashion pieces are definitely something I hope G3 keeps up with. And as Sang said, the improved articulation is amazing. Though I very much agree with his packaging commentary as well. All in all, I have much more hope for this generation than I did for Gen 2, if I'm being honest. There's a lot of potential here for a fun future, and I'd recommend giving the new Ghouls a chance in person before you jump to any conclusions. So how do you feel about Monster High Gen 3? Definitely let us know in the comments. We're sure a lot of you will have a lot of things to say, and we're happy to have these discussions. Definitely make sure to stay tuned for our next review, which will again include Draculaura, Laguna, and Toralei. Who knows? Maybe the best is yet to come. Our full Monster High playlist will be linked in the description below. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you next time. Bye.